up, guys? Good afternoon, and welcome to the 330 Sports Show. My name is Justin Coffin. Today is Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. We are joined here in studio by two of YSU's wide receivers. We got senior Bryce Oliver here, and we got sophomore Max Tomczak. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Thank you for coming down. Now, I know it's a bye week, so what are you guys kind of doing this week? Like, what's your schedule look like on an off week?
It's basically, today we had a typical Tuesday practice, probably like cut back a little bit for the older guys, but same thing, just kind of shorter. We still do all the drills, all the individuals, inside run with the O-line, D-line, but typically it's the same as any other week.
Okay. Yeah, any difference you notice, Max?
Yeah, I mean, we're not starting our Northern Iowa stuff yet, who's our next opponent.
Yeah.
We're mostly focusing on ourselves right now.
Okay.
But like you said, young guys are getting a big jump in reps this week to kind of let the older guys get a little rest.
Okay. And still kind of, like you said, working on yourselves, looking back on that Robert Morris tape, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go over just a little bit of your guys' bio, and then ask you a few questions based on that stuff. So, Bryce, you're from Dillard High School, which you mentioned was in the Fort Lauderdale area.
Yes, sir.
And you are a multi-sport. You're a basketball guy too.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm just curious about this because some people, what sport they're better at, they don't like as much, or vice versa. So, basketball versus football. Do you have like a favorite sport to play?
Yeah, basketball is my favorite sport, definitely. It's just when I was coming out of high school, I just had to pick which one I wanted to go play collegiate at.
Yeah.
And then the analytics are obviously more in favor of going to the NFL than they are playing in NBA. So I leaned more towards football.
Okay. And so you ended up, and we'll get into like your journey and how you went to Kentucky and here now at YSU. So Max, let's go with you now. You came in from Illinois and Lincoln Way East. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So a lot of people are going to recognize the Tomczak name, especially here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Your uncle, correct? Former quarterback of the Buckeyes and obviously the Browns, Steelers, Bears, all that stuff. I think there was maybe even one more in there.
Steelers, Bears, Packers, Lions.
Oh, geez. So he made his rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what about you? Like, how was like YSU? How'd you get here?
So senior year in high school, I'll start there. It was slow recruiting wise because in the state of Illinois, high school football was canceled because of COVID
year. So
recruiting was rough. We ended up having 6 games, no playoffs, no state championship in April, so in the spring. And then I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't getting any recruiting stuff. And then there was a current receiver coach at the time, Coach Josh Synagoga. He reached out to me and talked to me about walking on and stuff. And then I just ended up taking that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So Bryce, I want to talk to you a little bit about your journey and how you got here. So you mentioned basketball, football. So you were being recruited for basketball as well?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What you don't have to name the schools, but like where were you really considering basketball, or you were like, this might be my best chance to play, maybe show myself off a little bit more for football?
It got to a point, I would say the summer going into my senior season, I really started to take football more serious because that's when I made the decision ultimately. But up to like probably my junior year or after my junior year basketball season, I was like, I'm just gonna stick it out with football.
Okay.
But I was definitely considering like playing basketball at collegiate level.
I'm gonna guess by your size, maybe like small forward or wing.
Collegiate wise, I'm probably a guard. I'm definitely a guard.
Okay. And what are you, about 6'4"?
Nah, I'm probably like 6'2".
6'2"? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
All right. So and last year, 10 touchdowns for YSU. You both are off to a really nice start this year. 2-1. Obviously, you got your non-conference, and now you're heading into the conference schedule. So I want to ask you guys, I always like to ask athletes about why they chose the number they wear. So Max, let's start with you. You picked the number 4. Is that something you were just given, or is that like a number that has a meaning behind it?
Well, I always wore 18 growing up. And that was because it was a family number, my father and then my uncle. And then I got here and they just gave me 26, and it's just kind of freshman thing. You just get whatever number they have.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted a single digit, and my second year I wanted it, and they told me I didn't earn it. So then after my second year, I guess I earned it, and they ended up giving me 4, which was one of the single digits that was left.
Okay.
So that's why I got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how about the number 0? That's a number that's like brand new. I think like what, 3 years ago, maybe?
Probably a little less than that, probably 2.
Yeah. So how'd you pick the number 0?
Ultimately, when I was in the transfer portal, that's just one of the questions they asked me, and I wasn't really too big on numbers because I wore 85 for the longest. So when I was at Kentucky, when I'm playing at Pop Warner, so they asked me what number I wanted. I was like, man, like, so I'm going to a new school. I need a new change. So I was like, any single digits were open, and 0 was 1. So I just took
Okay.
0.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So I want to talk to you about the transfer portal and what that experience was like. So first of all, how'd you end up in the portal? And second of all, why YSU?
First of all, I ended in the transfer portal, just because, sometimes you need a new start, so I went through all spring training when I was at Kentucky, 2021 spring. I ended up the first day of spring practice. I just wanted to make that decision and jump in the transfer portal.
Yeah,
something new for me. People think sometimes like new things is a bad thing, but ultimately not. It was a blessing for me, definitely, to end up the transfer portal. And for your next question, why YSU is just they were the most consistent, definitely when I was in the portal. And then just in your heart, sometimes you get that feeling, man, like this is it. Like it was just a genuine like connection from the coaches staff that I met, and then it's just ultimately like it was the best decision I ever made.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. We're going to take a real quick break here and come back with Max and Bryce.
Halloween is scary, but not as scary as no heat in the winter. Call Mighty Mike today, not tomorrow, for fall maintenance service. 330-207-7070. Or visit MightyMikeHVAC.com.
All right. We are back. So one more question, Bryce, too, with the Kentucky connection and Youngstown connection. Obviously, Coach Stoops at Kentucky is from here. Did he have any help with that, or like, hey, Youngstown's a pretty cool place, go check it out, anything like that?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't want to say he didn't have any help, but he didn't really, like, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just a blessing, like me being in the SEC, like it was a lot of schools contacting me.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I would like to think that he vouched for me to the coaching staff that was here. Just because of the guy that he is, he was a blessing for recruiting me. So I would think like he would vouch for me. And then the note I left out on was a good one. So it wasn't a bad thing that I left. So, but the Youngstown connection, man, it runs deep definitely at Kentucky, man. There's another coach there, Coach Vince Marrow, really good guy. So I would think that that Youngstown connection definitely played a part to me transferring here. So.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So Max, like going back with that Tomczak name too, you kind of have like, oh, you're probably playing football growing up, right? So was that something that you loved from like an early age, or was that something you're like, I gotta do this because of who, my family is?
Well, I was put in like every sport in the book when I was growing up.
Yeah.
That was just something like my father said he's going to do. He's just going to put me in a sport. If I want to keep doing it, I can keep doing it. It doesn't matter to him.
Yeah.
So I grew up playing football really young, and I just loved it, and I just wanted to keep doing it. I remember when I was little, we went to Big Ten championship game. It was Ohio State versus Wisconsin, and we were super high up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Couldn't really see much, but ever since I was at that game, I remember like, this is what I want to do when I'm older. Like I want to be on a stage like this one day.
No doubt. And obviously you guys have accomplished that and then some with, playing in the SEC. You guys just played down in Columbus, and you guys did a damn good job for yourself down there too. So very impressive. Can you guys give maybe someone that's a kid that's out there that's a sophomore, junior, senior in high school, some advice for the recruiting process that maybe is, wants to be in your shoes now that might be going through that in the high school process. So any good advice you can give any recruits?
I would say it starts in the dark, behind closed doors, like what you're doing in your free time. A lot of kids think that you could just go on the field and play without doing any of that extra work that no one else is doing. When I think the truth is, if you want to be the 1%, you got to be doing what the 99% aren't doing.
That's great advice.
Just to add on, like, it has to be a sense of like being a realist about like everything, when nowadays with NIL and transfer portal and things like that, you got to do a lot to stand out, because the belly of the beast is schools would rather take a 22-year-old out of the transfer portal than they would a freshman coming out of high school.
Sure.
So what I wanted to tell them is, like, just make sure you do the little extra things that make you stand out, that would make them want to take you over the 22, 23-year-old or even a 21-year-old in the transfer portal.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, I hear from a lot of athletes that fit is, one of the best things you can do. It might not be a place where you ideally saw yourself or whatever, but the fit, the culture, do you guys feel like that was a big thing coming here to Youngstown for both of you?
I mean, I go first. I think that's like one thing I didn't really wasn't worried about the fit, you know. I just let God take care of that, but I was just more so worried about the people that were recruiting me, and the connections I was possibly being able to be built here. So that's one thing that's crazy that you asked that, because that's one thing I really didn't take into consideration.
Okay. What about you, Max?
Yeah, for me, I had no idea what I was stepping into because of COVID. We weren't allowed to do visits. I wasn't allowed to meet the coaches. So everything that I saw was what you see on social media. So I pretty much knew what the fans knew or what any other person would know. But looking back in hindsight, I love how I fit in here. I love it here.
Okay. All right, great. Were you guys always wide receivers, or did you play a different position growing up?
Younger, I played, my first year playing like Pop Warner, I played like DN and tight end, but ultimately I just made the switch over to wide receiver like next year or two. So.
Okay. Max?
Yeah, I started out as a running back when I was really young, and then I played a couple games at quarterback because of some injuries when I was still in Little League, but then all the way up to high school I was playing receiver.
Okay. Did you guys have someone that you emulated or someone you looked up to from whether it was high school, pro, college level, that maybe you emulated, or a role model?
I loved watching Tavon Austin's highlight tape. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was like one of the most popular highlight tapes of all time. I would just watch that all the time. But if there was one player who I loved growing up, I loved Cam Newton. Even though he's a quarterback and I played receiver, I just loved him. I love the swag he brought to the game and all that. But yeah.
Okay.
Mine would be one of my closest friends, Raekwon Gray. He's currently on the two-way roster with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, wow.
I grew up with him. Yes, sir. I played basketball with him a long time. Just the way that he carried himself during the recruiting process, and now just watching him grow after people like told him like he wasn't ever gonna make it or be nothing, what I'm saying? So that was one of my inspirations. And another one who people I don't really tell like about is like my receiver coach in high school was Isaac Bruce, who played with Warner. Yeah, so that was my receiver coach in high school, and then he would just always like give me tips and stuff like that, and then just how to carry myself, and how ultimately like give me tools to play this game. So
no doubt, that's a huge name drop right there, Isaac Bruce. Wow. Okay. All right. We're going to take another quick break here, and we'll be right back with Bryce and Max.
This program brought to you by the Youngstown Drip IV Bar, helping the Mahoning Valley reach its wellness goal. The Youngstown Drip IV Bar, proud supporter of Youngstown Studio.
All right. So, guys, any superstitions or rituals that you guys have either pre-game, post-game, during the game? Any superstitions?
I wouldn't say it's a superstition for me, but I have like a game day, like a game week routine. So Thursday and Friday, I have to have a calf massage.
Okay.
Friday night, I had to have a smoothie. It had to have pineapples in it.
Okay.
And then the game day, I had to take a shower before the game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Is the smoothie from like the same place every week?
No, they just make them when we're in the hotel.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
It had to have pineapples in it. If it doesn't have pineapples, I won't touch it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Max?
Yeah, for me, food wise, when I was in high school, my mom would always make me spaghetti before the game. But now we always have pasta at the team hotel, but it's not spaghetti, it's just whatever they have. But I'll always eat pasta before the game and the night before. But as for little things here and there, I try not to be superstitious because I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, oh, I didn't do this like I did last week, and then mentally feel like I'm thrown off.
Yeah.
So some things I feel like I'm superstitious in, but I try to get away from it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least here in Youngstown too, you're not going to have trouble finding good pasta. On the road, I don't know, but at least down here in Youngstown.
And I can't listen to rap like for like before a game. I have to listen to R&B.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's what Dre said. Like he's like, I need to like chill out, not like get pumped up.
Calm my nerves.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yep.
Okay. So you listen to the R&B like before the game, or I'm sorry, like
pregame, before the
Pregame.
game. When I wake up, I can't.
Is there a switch like after the game? You're like, all right, now I can get amped up a little bit more.
Usually, like the way I like operate is I don't play any rap. I would say like before one or two. Like after two, I might throw something on like some rap. But even if I don't really listen to rap, the rap I'll play is probably like some Broadway or something. Like,
okay, yeah.
You know, so I don't really get into the rap nowadays. But most of the music I play is like R&B.
Okay.
Soul music, yes sir.
Okay. Do you have a like a go-to like playlist or song?
I listen to a lot of gospel before.
Yeah.
In the locker room mostly.
Okay.
When I'm at the hotel, I listen to rap music. But
gospel to rap. That's a
it is interesting.
Little different dynamic there.
It's an interesting choice.
Okay.
But, yeah, and then there's some scenes from my favorite TV shows that I like to watch before I run.
Oh, all right. Like, so give me some examples.
Do you know what anime is?
Oh yeah. I know what it is. I don't watch it, but I know what it is.
It's like a scene from there. It's mostly like motivational speeches.
Okay.
For my favorite show, for my favorite anime shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Oh, I like that. So do you guys being wide receivers, you know, you're kind of out there on an island, you know, you're kind of at the mercy of, you know, is the O-line protecting for the quarterback, you know, or the running backs picking up the blitz if there's a blitz coming. But once that ball's in the air, it's kind of on you guys, all eyes on you. And it's you versus the corner, safety, whatever coverage it might be. Do you have like a memorable catch that sticks out over your career? Could be youth, could be last week.
I don't know if I have a memorable catch. I would say the one that stuck out with me here would be South Dakota State 2021. Mitch comes in the game. He has a read. I think I have like a read. And if it's a one high safety, he doesn't throw the ball to me.
Okay.
Comes out in the game with one high safety, he throws it, and I like double coverage, and I still catch it. And I just think from that point on was like a different, just aura, and I wouldn't say aura, but like a different vibe about the team, because it's just, I don't know,
like build some confidence.
Yeah, just build some confidence. So
it's funny you said that too, because he shared, I think, that exact same moment. He's like, I know I'm not supposed to throw this, but I'm throwing it.
Still threw it,
and you came down with it.
Yes,
and
sir.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Love it. How about you?
Yeah, I don't feel like catches really stick. I feel like the plays you make don't really stick after a while. I feel like more of the memories you make are in the locker room, stuff like that, weight room, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's more of the stuff that I remember. But if there was a catch that I would say I remember the most, is probably my first collegiate catch.
Okay.
It was just like a short 5-yard slant, but it was kind of like, it was the first drive of the first game. So for me, it was like, okay, like I can do this because I've never been out on the field before. That was my first drive on the field. So that was just kind of a thing for me where it was like, all right, I can do this.
That's kind of like one of those things, like the new guys out on the field, the ball's going to find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And I will say, I've been at 2 of the 3 games this year, and I was at the Ohio State game, and that Mitch dropped a dime in there.
Yeah,
but I mean, that was an
an
unbelievable throw, but a great catch
Thank you.
over, I believe that was Cam Martinez too, who is known for being a really good cover corner too. So hats off on that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you guys have like a favorite football movie? Like a favorite either sports or football movie?
Favorite football movie? I'd probably say I'm not even sure. Remember the Titans when we won? Gridiron Gang is a good one. But favorite sports movies, definitely. Oh man, I don't even know. I'll probably go Like Mike or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Like Mike. Loving Basketball is a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one. So
okay.
that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite football movie, but favorite sports movie, you gotta go Rocky 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the best.
Okay. Again, that's Mr. T in that one. Is that who that is?
Yeah, rematch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. I want to ask you guys a couple questions about your teammates. So you can't say yourself and you can't answer each other. So it's got to be somebody else on the team. So I'm going to just give a word and you tell me which teammate that describes best. Who's the toughest player for the YSU Penguins? That could be mentally, that could be physically, whatever. However you want to interpret that.
Oh man, I'm gonna go Quincy Linton.
Quincy Linton.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one because like mentally, you don't see the things that the people are thinking. So
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna say one of the linemen. I'm gonna say Aiden Parker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aiden's the center.
Yeah.
He's the center. Okay. Yeah. Those O linemen are
Yeah.
they're a different breed. They're tough.
Yeah, they definitely are.
They get after it. Okay. Who's the fastest? And I'm guessing it's either in your room or the corner room.
Joey Farthing.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Really?
It's not close.
Okay.
It's insane. You probably see if you've been watching the games.
Yeah.
You've probably seen him out there, number
Mhm,
81.
mhm.
We usually just send him on a go round.
Yeah.
And burns him every time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the most intense guy on the field or in the locker room?
Anthony Johnson.
You didn't even hesitate on that one.
No.
Anthony
Oh, my
Johnson.
goodness.
Him or Fitz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the smartest guy, whether it's football IQ or whether it's in the classroom?
I'm not really sure about the grades. I know it ain't them specs. No, it's not the specs. The specialists. They're not. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. But I would say football IQ. Oh man, it's just tough. I would have to say, I've been in the film room with a couple of QBs. Maxwell Blanks has a good football IQ. Mitchell Davidson. Let me go Mitchell Davidson.
Okay.
Highest football IQ.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of football, I would say Mitch.
All right.
Yeah, he's I think he's really good at like in the middle of a game, seeing things in front of him and just checking a play based off what he sees.
Yeah.
Sometimes he might not be allowed to do it and he does it anyways. But
like your catch, like in the one at South Dakota State.
Yeah.
That one. Yep. Okay. Who's the best athlete
On the team in
Yep.
general? Best athlete
maybe
on the
Trell.
team. Trell.
Yeah, Trell. I've seen Trell do some stuff.
I think
but
both Dre and Mitch said it was the entire wide receiver room.
Yeah.
That's what they. I think
the
that's
sleeper is Bo Brungard. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Bo's up there.
Yeah, Bo is definitely up there.
okay.
I would say Trell, Marcus Hooker, or Bo. They're like up there.
Mm-hmm.
Say I can't say me, so I wouldn't say me. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's all right. That's
yeah,
all right.
Those three.
Okay. All right. And last one, non-football one though. Who's the most fashionable guy in the locker room?
I ain't answering that because it's me.
All right. No, that's good. That's good.
I don't know.
Wait,
I don't
nah.
know who. I don't feel like.
I'll let you. You can.
Yeah.
You don't have to be humble on this one. If it's you, say it.
It's a couple of dudes. It depends on like what the person that's evaluating what they like. So
Yeah.
I would say like who can you got Quincy Lynn can dress really well. Elijah Curtis can dress. Anthony Johnson. I mean, it's a couple guys though. It's different flavors. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Everybody got their own taste.
Sure.
So it depends on what you like. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. If we're talking like shoe game, I would say Troy Jackieback.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I don't know because I feel like when we're in the facility, like everyone just comes in street clothes.
Yeah. Right.
And,
right.
Yeah, I don't see many guys
Okay.
outside of the facility.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to take one more quick break here, and we'll be right back with two Youngstown State's wide receivers.
This program brought to you by Eric Cromer, Cross Country Mortgage, a wiser way to mortgage. Eric Cromer, Cross Country Mortgage, a proud supporter of Youngstown Studio.
All right, we're back with Bryce Oliver and Max Tomczak. So you guys are off this week. You mentioned it's a little bit of a different week, but let's go through on a game week. What does a typical game week look like for you guys? So, you don't have to give us every little detail, but give us kind of like a Monday through Friday type or Sunday through Friday of like a game week.
So Monday we're completely off. It's our one day of the week that we're off. We still got grade checks Monday, and then Tuesday is a full padded practice. Is probably the hardest practice of the week. And then we got lift after that.
Yep.
Meetings and stuff before that. We meetings every day though. Wednesday's just shells, so it's just upper bodies, another hard practice. And then after Tuesday and Wednesday we kind of settle down a little bit. Thursday is what we're spiders now.
Yeah.
So it's just run through, no contact, stuff like that. And then Friday's a complete walkthrough.
Okay.
No spiders are the foam pads that you put on with and the helmets too.
Yeah, I had to ask them last week because they said that, and I'm like, I don't know what a spider is. So
And then Friday is the walkthrough, and then we leave on the buses to go to the team hotel, and then it's pretty much settled down from there. They don't want us thinking about football at the hotel or nothing until we wake up for game day.
Okay. Yeah. Anything to add to that, or does that sound about right?
Hit it right on the head.
Okay. So what's so Tuesday and Wednesday your most intense days? Sounds like is that when most of the prep for that opponent goes in for those 2 days?
Yeah, I would say most of the prep goes in the film room, really just watching them.
Yeah.
Figuring out what they do, and then when we go out on the practice field, we'll do a lot of stuff against ones-on-ones just to kind of get ourselves better, and then we'll do a bunch of we call it exchange periods.
Okay.
Where we have a scout defense out there, and they'll have like these go routes, the videos where it'll show them what the defense of the other team is doing so they can mimic it, and we'll go against them.
Okay. Very good. All right. So I want to talk to you guys about NIL and how that has impacted you guys in your college career. Like 2-3 years ago, it wasn't even a thing. This has become a thing now. And, a lot of people see, some of the major name brand, universities throwing out lots of money and stuff like that. And I don't think that's what it was designed to be at all. But give me kind of your experience with like NIL, the Penguin Collective, who's now they got us in touch, and explain how that's like kind of helped or affected you guys throughout your college career.
I think first of all, it's definitely a blessing and a curse. It could be used as a curse too, but for me, I would say it's a blessing, definitely. Not even from the money perspective, just being able to connect with certain like people. That's being able to put money in your pocket. But I think the connection goes longer than the money. You know what I'm saying? So the people I've met throughout like this whole journey of from NIL, it's been great. Because some people have offered me job opportunities if I don't pursue like the next level. So I think that goes further than the money for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, I agree with Bryce that it's a blessing for sure. And the networking part is huge because you can meet people that you would never meet before.
No doubt.
But most of all, I think it's humbling because you never would think that someone out there would want to give you money for what you're doing on the field.
Well, I think it's great, and I think you guys deserve every penny you get because we talked about this last week too with Mitch and Dre. It's like you guys are, a lot of people don't remember, you're students and you're practicing 20 hours a week just minimum, not including the extra time you guys are putting in weight room, film room, all that stuff. You can't go out and get a job like a normal college student. So I think you guys, whatever you can get and bank in, you deserve it and go get it. And I love the fact that the connections and stuff that you mentioned. So what do you guys like? Let's just take football off the table. If you weren't playing football, career opportunities, what would you guys like to pursue?
I want to start my own plumbing business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
get my journeys, man, and just start my own business. That's why I'm saving my little coins up right now. I can as much as I can.
Okay.
Get that going whenever that takes place.
Okay. And so, I mean, maybe there's a plumbing business out there that you can connect with.
Yeah.
Name, image, likeness. Get in touch with Bryce Oliver. We'll have him. We'll have you guys share your. Actually, do it right now. What's your either Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to share?
Instagram at Bryce O. That's BRYCE. Letter O. _.
Okay.
Twitter is at Oliver 8, the number 8 Bryce.
Okay. Max, how about you? Like, what would you want to be doing? If football not on the table.
Yeah. Everybody asks me this, and I have no idea yet.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out. I have a couple more years left to figure it out. I thought I wanted to get something into criminal justice about a year ago, but I don't know if that still interests me. So I guess we'll see from here.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Figure it out, enjoy it, and try to like enjoy that college experience too. That's part of it as well. So give me some expectations. It doesn't have to be win-loss, anything like that, but give me some expectations for the rest of the season for you guys. Again, it could be individual, it could be team-oriented. What do you guys think the rest of the year holds for the YSU Penguins?
I just think I'm not going to speak for individual because that'll take care of itself. But as speaking for the team, I think you're going to get a YSU team that's very hungry. Like Coach been emphasizing these last 2 weeks that we haven't earned nothing yet. So, and I think that resonated in everybody's head, especially from the taste that got left in our mouth from the last season in that room, just not being able to get into the playoffs.
Yeah,
I think that that saying that we haven't earned nothing yet is definitely resonated and sat in everybody's head. So I think you're gonna get a hungry YSU team and one that's relentless, man. We're not gonna give up, man. It's gonna be a good season, man. Just know that.
Okay,
definitely.
Thanks.
The biggest goal is obviously national championship, and I think everyone's on the same page on the team for that. But there's so many like categories that fall under that we need to take care of first to get there. Obviously, you got to get through playoffs, and we haven't even played our first conference opponent yet.
Sure.
So we got to just be where our feet are and take care of the bye week first, and then after bye week, we got our first conference game.
Good advice. Good advice. And you guys are in the best conference in the FCS, like the best conference in the Missouri Valley. Yeah, I mean, the number 1 and number 2 teams are right there in your guys' conference.
Yep.
And I don't believe you play North Dakota State this year, but you do have South Dakota State. And Northern Iowa has been a place where YSU has traditionally struggled. But I think, just looking at what they've done, what you guys have done, and how you've grown, I think that's a place I'm saying it from my expectations. I see that's a place where you guys are going to go in and cause some trouble for them. So let me ask you just a few random questions here. So this could be college, this could be professional, and we're going to take Mitch Davidson or any Youngstown State quarterback on the roster off the table. But if you could catch a pass from any quarterback, living, dead, whatever, college, pro, who would that be and why?
I would say my dad.
Yeah.
And that's because he's kind of the one who instilled my work ethic and all that in me. And I've never really got the chance to see him throw because he just did so much when he was playing that just threw his arm out. There was one time I was running routes. He took me to a field nearby so I could get some work in, and I had no one to throw to. So he threw to me a little bit, and he ended up pulling his bicep like on like the third one or something. So I would say him. I think it'd be cool to get a workout in with him.
That is cool.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Oh man, that's a really good question. I'm trying to make sure I don't have no friends playing quarterback, and I don't want to leave them out. But I would say, oh man, I think I want to go with Dan Marino.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big Dolphins fan.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I just always been watching his highlights and stuff like that. So I want to say Dan Marino. Yep.
Okay. And Dan Marino grew up about 50 minutes to the east here, so outside of Pittsburgh. All right. So let me ask you guys this. I don't know if you saw the Broncos Commanders game yesterday, or Sunday, with the Russell Wilson just fires this, they're down by, I think they're down by 8, throws it up, just a Hail Mary from the 50, gets tipped like 3-4 times, lands in the hands, and they complete it. So as a wide receiver, how often is that something you guys practice? Because that's a play that happens, maybe once or twice a season at most. But how often is that something you guys work on? Random stuff like that.
We do have plays in place for situations like that, and we'll go over the plays. But like for the situation itself, I feel like it's hard to replicate something exactly like that. So we don't get many live reps practicing that. But walkthroughs and when we're on air, we're practicing the situation.
Okay.
Just on defense, it's kind of hard to replicate something like that.
Exactly, because you don't know what the defense is going to do either. Exactly. There, it's kind of
you could replicate it one way in practice, but then the game's going to be totally different.
You guys probably just hope from a wide receiver perspective that the corners, DBs, whatever, just don't knock it down. Like tip it up, give me a chance. That's all you guys can hope for at that. No doubt. All right. So last thing I want to ask you guys before we go here, not being from Youngstown, you're a South Florida guy, you're a Chicago area guy. So coming to Youngstown now and, going to Youngstown State, what's the best thing about either YSU, Youngstown in general, that you guys have come to know?
I would say the culture. As I told you, I didn't know what to expect when I was coming here, and I thought Youngstown was just a random place on the map. I knew nothing about it, and now that I'm here, like everyone from Youngstown is so serious about if they grew up here, they're so serious about Youngstown, and I think that's really cool. Learning about their history with the steel mills, and Grit U is what we call ourselves. So I think that's cool.
Okay, very nice.
Bryce. I would just agree. Same thing as what Max said. Definitely the grit part, the steel mill part. I actually had a job at the steel mill this past summer.
Oh,
it's just very eye opening. I wouldn't say because it's just what I'm saying, it's just Youngstown steel mill. So, but I would say definitely the people here are like they genuinely care about not just the students, the student athletes, but they care about you like off the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just more as what you do on the field. They genuinely care about you as a person off the field. So I think that the people here are definitely truly good people.
That's awesome. Love to hear it. And I appreciate you guys coming down, letting us get to know you a little bit. And taking time on your off week. So I know you got class and stuff like that, but spending some of your free time down here with us at Youngstown Studio. Appreciate you guys and wish you both the best of luck the rest of the season. Thank you. So go Penguins. And thanks again to Max and Bryce for joining us. Make sure, give them a follow on social media. If you're a business owner, a plumber, I know a guy that wants to own a plumbing business in his future. So reach out to Bryce. Max got a lot of opportunities in front of him too. So reach out to these guys, a couple hardworking wide receivers from the Youngstown State Penguins. So again, Max, Bryce, thank you guys. Make sure to follow us on the 330 Sports Show and Youngstown Studio on social media. Everyone, we will see you on Thursday. All right, we are done. Cool. Great job. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
You guys need